are the first Black female president.
You are the vice president.
I am talking to the one and only Nicole J. Butler. And I met Nicole probably maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago through another friend. And so, Nicole, let's talk about the project that you have coming out. And what's the name of it?
It's called Sister President.
Sister President. And we're going to dig into it in just a little bit. But before we do that, tell us about you. Where are you from originally?
Born and raised in Chicago. South Side, of course.
Everybody in Chicago is born and raised on the South Side. So let's talk about your childhood. How were you as a child? Were you naturally a performer, or were you the shy kid, or how did you get started in the whole performance?
I've always been creative, and I come from a musical family, singing, instruments playing. You wake up to the piano playing, but I never thought of acting as a viable career. I didn't know anybody who did it for a living. I didn't think it was a real thing. I went to college as a Spanish major at the University of Iowa. I thought I wanted to be a translator interpreter. As I got closer to graduation, I realized, I don't think I want to do that, so I should probably study something to put with Spanish so I can get a job when I get out of here. I took a lot of different classes. When I took an acting class, I was like, oh, there's something here. And my professors encouraged me to continue. I remember, yes, I do. And I was terrible. I loved it, but I was terrible, and I knew I was, and I couldn't help it. But I wanted to be better. So I just kept working, it was called the Amistad Revolt.
Okay.
It was.
Give us those free.
Exactly.
Okay, so you had your first role. You didn't do great, but nobody does great in their first role. But you realized you had to keep going. So did you keep going all through college? Was it your senior year, or was
I was almost done with my Spanish degree. I stayed in school another year and a half so that I could get a theater degree. And I didn't know anything about film and television. I thought I'd be a theater actress. I figured it out, but I didn't want to live in New York. And I didn't want to go back to Chicago. I didn't want to be cold. I had a few friends that had moved out here from college. And so talking to them, I was like, okay, well, I think that's the move for me.
How did you immerse yourself in the scene?
I moved out here and I realized I didn't understand anything about the business. I didn't know how to get an audition. I didn't know how to get on a lot. And the whole situation scared me. So I quit before I even began. But when you're meant to do something, it keeps calling you. So I was miserable. I was doing well financially in, this job or that in corporate America. But I hated my life. And so I decided that I either needed to do what I came here to do, or I needed to go somewhere where I could afford property. Yeah.
So how did you break in then? You didn't know what you were doing? Was it stroke of luck, or did you start enrolling in classes? What was your route?
Back to school. I went to a 2-year conservatory program, a Meisner program at the Sanford Meisner Center here, and really just rebuilt myself as an actress just from the ground up. Like that Meisner will strip away any artifice and really reintroduce you to yourself. And so it changed me as a person. It changed me as an actress. Once I got done with that program, it was like May of 2004. I gave myself the rest of the year to learn as much as I could about the entertainment industry. And I launched my career in January of 2015. And I've been working ever since. Got a commercial agent right away, started working commercially, and I've been working for the last 15 years.
Let's talk about the commercial that set the world on fire.
Yes.
She shed Cheryl.
It started off just like I've done a lot of commercials. And I got excited about the prospect of a she shed. They look pretty cool. Went in, did the first audition, left. Most of them I don't get. That's just how it goes. Got a call back, went, and they paired me up with Reggie Corelli, who ended up playing Victor. Shot it. We had no idea how big it was going to be. And honestly, it didn't blow up until it had been running for almost a year.
And what was the trigger for it to blow up? Just took off over time?
I think people just saw it so much.
So now let's talk about Sister President. We're in the middle of a pandemic right now, and some people are quarantining and trying to figure out how they're going to manage through the day. And you're over here writing entire episode after episode after episode. You're winning in the pandemic, clearly, right?
I started writing this in 2017. I was feeling disturbed. A lot of people that I talked to were feeling the same way. And writing has always been a way for me to figure out, to get clarity on my thoughts. And I started asking friends, hey, would you read this? Hey, what do you think of this? If I produce this, will you want to be a part of it? And everybody said yes.
So you're using the pandemic not as a creation, but it's more to do the post-production stuff.
Yes. Yep. Exactly.
Got it. Was this the first time that you had written anything, or had you written things before and you never recorded it, or where were you in that spectrum?
I've written a lot of things that are still hanging around. Like I have them in binders, and sometimes I'll go back and flip through. This wasn't something that I could do myself with like two more friends. Like I needed a whole team for this. Just in understanding that my community is larger than I ever thought it was. You know, that there are people who believe in me that I kind of knew, but I didn't know how much. I've been able to put friends to work and pay them, which is big for me. I believe, a lot of people try to get artists to do things for free, but we all got bills. We got, you don't go ask other people to do things for free.
So to someone out there who's sitting on their idea right now and they don't know where to start, what is something that you would tell them? Because again, we are in this pandemic and people feel constrained. There's someone right now who wants to do this. What would you tell them to do right now?
Be very honest with yourself. If you write. Don't filter at all. Then just open up to someone you trust, someone in your circle you trust, to look at what you've written or talk to you about your idea and talk it through. And then you have to forge ahead. Get it done. Get it done.
So now let's talk about Sister President. Tell us about the idea. And you already told us, how it came about, but tell us the story of it and what can we expect from it.
There are two sisters, Shona and Katara. One of them is very outgoing. The other one is much more reserved. They are attending a virtual presidential town hall meeting, criticizing the president. And the president challenges them. Hey, you think you can do better than I can? They both say, well, actually, yeah, we can. So one's the president. The one who doesn't want to be the president, the reserved one, is the president. And while you're laughing, there are a lot of some lessons that get put in, some political issues that are brought up. Sometimes that's the best way to get in real issues, is to laugh and then slip something in.
And it is going to launch on
July 1st. That's
July 1st. Okay. And where can they find it?
You can find it on the Live True Project YouTube page. If you go to sisterpresident.com, you'll have all the information that you need to watch it. And all of the episodes will drop at once.
So we can binge.
You can binge. And they're short episodes, so you can watch the whole season in about an hour and 15 minutes.
Oh, wow. So it's like many, what is it, 7 to 10 minutes or 10 to 12 minutes? Or?
Yeah, nothing over 10 minutes. The average is 10 minutes. Mm-hmm.
I love it. So we can get a taste. We can get a taste of what it's going to be when it goes into season 2, 3, 4, 5.
Exactly. Yeah. My hope for this is that it gets picked up for a production and distribution deal.
So guys, if you are watching this video, here's what I want us all to do. Number one, I want you to go to the livetrueproject.com. I want you to watch the video, of course. I want you to go and follow Nicole on Instagram at
Nicole J. Butler.
We're going to throw all of our support behind this project because that's what we do. I also want you guys to grab the flyers, share the links, share the videos, share the love for Nicole. Nicole, this has been a total pleasure. I really honestly appreciate your time. Thank you so much for sharing today. And Godspeed, and we're going to be right beside you.
Thank you so much. The pleasure has been mine. Thank you.
Thank you.